Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Jay. Welcome to my home, and in this week's video we're gonna do a weekend morning clean with me or a weekend reset. It was Saturday morning. I had just come home from the gym and I wanted to get some outdoor work done on my house, but I knew that I would be too stressed if the inside was not clean, so I just wanted to take the morning to do some chill, relaxing, slow cleaning. So if that sounds interesting to you, I hope you'll stick around. I hope you'll subscribe, and then at the end of the video, if you like it, give it a thumbs up and let's get started. If you are new here, like I already said, my name is Jay. I live in Maryland. I own this home. It's an older home, so I'm always focused on trying to keep it clean. It's a little bit big for me, but I am more than grateful to have it. And then just getting projects done, working my way through all of the updates that need to happen. So I'm gonna focus on the downstairs in this video because that was the bulk of the cleaning. That's the bulk of the floor space, and it looked the worst. As you can see, this is in addition to my home. It's what I consider the living room, and I spend most of my time here, hence the TV tray, my work bag. I did some gel nails. I did my toenails. So I got some weave in that bag on the couch that I need to wash so I can put the clip-ins in my hair. Just a whole lot of stuff going on in here, and I'm just putting everything where it needs to go. And I also like to carry a plastic bin around the house, and I gather everything that needs to go upstairs so that I only have to make one trip upstairs. So it just kind of cuts down on the movement that I have to do so I can really hone in on one room. So now that summer's coming up, I like to show my feet a little bit, and this is a collapsible foot spa that I bought on Amazon over a year ago, maybe 2 years at this point. But see, it just collapses down. It has a handle, and I've been buying those motorized foot spas, but every time I go to look for one, I don't have it. So I guess I keep buying them. They're not that good. I declutter them, and I got tired of doing that. So I just went on Amazon, and at first I was looking for one of those dishwashing, the big pails that you put in the sink to wash dishes. But then I saw this. I'm like, it's like a slightly upgraded version and specifically made for your feet. So I got that, and I'll just sit on the couch and do my toes in front of the TV, or sometimes upstairs if I'm doing my makeup and my vanity, I'll be soaking my feet as well. So just a really handy, simple yet genius invention, and I really like it. And I'm glad that my feet, I've gotten off about 80% of the winter crust. They look good enough to wear out. I would say don't look too closely. My heels, they got a ways to go, but I'm happy that they look good enough to have out. And I actually used to be very insecure about my toes. In like elementary and middle school, I got made fun of because I have very long toes. They're like finger toes. So I did not wear open toe sandals for years, you guys, years. I didn't start wearing my feet out with no problem until, I'm not kidding, like my late 20s, early 30s. And even now, if somebody was to stare at my feet, I'd get self-conscious about it. So weird. The insecurities that we have, After I vacuum off the couch, and that was just a Dyson with a roller head attachment on it, I'm going to go ahead and spray it down with this Tide antibacterial, or is it, yes, it's the Tide antibacterial fabric spray, just kind of to kill any surface germs that are on there. It's not going to replace taking off the cushions of the couch, but it helps clean off some bad things, and it smells good. So, but if you're sensitive to scent, I would not recommend it at all. It smells very strongly and it lingers a long time, but it definitely freshened up the space. My friend gifted me this plant last year, and she just cut a really small stem off of one of her plants, and it's coming along so nicely. It's got some more leaves, it's getting taller. So I try to water it once a week. I don't know what kind of plant it is, and I really don't know how to take care of plants, I'm not gonna lie. So I just water it once a week, and I put enough water in the plant that it drinks it all up, and then I put more water, and usually it doesn't drink up the second round, so I feel like that's enough. And that little tiny watering can I got from Target a while ago. And then to wipe down the surfaces in here, I am using the Method multi-purpose spray. It's green. I'm sure it's something citrusy, summery, but it's just the Method multi-purpose spray in a microfiber cloth. I've been thinking about doing some rearranging in this room, but I don't know where else to put the furniture. I feel like everything in the room is in the best place it could be, even if it is maybe not perfect based on the space itself. Like, I'm kind of limited. I have sliding glass doors on either side of the wall and the fireplace, and then the kitchen with this cutout that used to be a window because this was the back of the house. So I feel like I'm a little bit limited when it comes to rearranging, and I don't just want to keep buying new furniture. I mean, I'm sure I could use an upgrade, but this stuff works, and I think it looks fine. Neutral. A little boring, but that's okay. It's relaxing, earthy is the vibe I guess I'm going for. But anywho, I'm just dusting off this plant, and I had to move the tissues because the allergies are kicking my behind lately. If I do not take an allergy pill when I wake up in the morning, I regret it every morning. And here I'm showing you guys, I bought this silicone dish on Amazon to put in my wax melt warmers because my name, Jay Scented Home. I love home fragrance. Lately I've been very into my wax melts more than candles, but I love both. And I just got tired of changing the dishes. I use the freezer method. So you turn off the wax warmer, let the wax solidify. And if it doesn't pop out easily, I put it in the freezer for a few minutes, and then it pops out. I let the dish come back to room temperature and continue melting. But I just got tired of that. So I picked up those extra large silicone, little silicone trays, I guess, to put in your wax melt warmer, and I've been loving them. They're bigger than the normal kind, and I can still smell my wax. I know that people have said those trays, and you can use like baking liners and little paper cups, that they inhibit the scent throw, how strongly the scent like permeates in the air and travels around the room. But I think they're fine. They definitely make changing my wax way easier, and I got them on Amazon. And I promise I'm not a huge Amazon person. My free month was running out, so I was looking for things that I want to buy, but I'm not one of those people who buys from Amazon just all the time. It's stuff that I can't find locally. But yeah, I just don't want you to think I'm one of those people that's always on Amazon. And if you are, more power to you. If you are looking for somebody to put on your account, I'd be happy to be that second person for you. I hope that whenever you're watching this, you have had a wonderful week and that it continues to go well. I'll do my highs and lows of the previous week. My high was that I finally got my front yard looking nicer. I pulled up, I had like an old garden bed, and it was just overgrown with weeds, and it looked really bad. And I had planted some perennials last year, but I didn't know what I was doing, and I just kind of planted them in there hoping it would fix things instead of ripping up everything, kind of starting from scratch. So I did that, and I did post them on my Instagram stories. If you follow me over there, then you've already seen it. But I pulled up all of the weeds and 2 perennials that did not make it from last year, and I put down mulch, and I planted a new flowers. So I put in some new perennials that I think will do very well and thrive, and it just looks so nice. And I definitely live in an established neighborhood. People have been living here for years and years and years, and like medium families, so middle-aged like me, and then much older people. So I'm probably around the youngest like family age here, in my mid 30s. So they take care of their outdoor space is what I'm getting at. Like, you go and they have these beautifully established gardens and beautiful lawns, and my house was just looking a little crusty, dusty, musty. So I'm glad that I finally just got it done, and it was time consuming. My back was not feeling good for quite a few days for being down there just ripping up the weeds, but definitely worth it, and worth the time. And it wasn't that much money. Mulch is on sale, $2 a bag, which I don't have a large area, so that works for me. And it just worked out really well, and I'm very proud of myself that I did that. And I'm still waiting for some edger to come in from Amazon. I'd had some stone edger that I just thought looked outdated, so I put it on Facebook Marketplace, and somebody's coming tomorrow from the day that I'm recording this voiceover. But yes, the front of my house finally looks nice like everybody else's, and I'm very happy. Here in the kitchen, I'm not doing anything groundbreaking or special, which is kind of why I just talked through a lot of it, but I'm clearing the counters, which was the worst part. So many dishes, just things all over the counters, and I do not like a cluttered kitchen countertop, especially since I don't have tons of counter space. I need it to be clear. And so I just clearing that off, and then I'm gonna unload and reload the dishwasher and wash all the dishes. To scrub out the sink, I'm just using Dawn Power Wash, which is amazing. It's pretty much just Dawn in a spray bottle, but it just works so good. I don't know what it is. And I also have purchased the Gain Power Blast, which is the same thing, just Gain, and that one is great too. And they have an apple mango tango, which is awesome. But it's funny because I saw somebody show in their video that Dawn has a Gain scented power wash, so I'm just wondering how that like licensing is working with them, with like the same product. Now I wonder if Gain is going to come out with like a Tide scent, you know. But anyway, I'm just using that power wash to really scrub out the sink because it's a travesty. And the garbage disposal is actually under the sink, so if you see me running the water, I'm probably reaching down and running the disposal and just trying to eat up all that food in there, because that thing can start stinking very quickly. Now I'll cover the low of my week, which was my allergies, just not feeling good. Waking up every day with a headache is the worst way to wake up, and I'm sure part of that was dehydration. I am like chronically dehydrated. Even when I am drinking enough water, I feel like I'm not, and I definitely have not been drinking enough water, so I've been feeling really bad. And you couple that with the allergies, and it's just been like constant headaches. I went to the gym and I overdid it one day. I'm sure it was probably my form, because I have been going up in weight, but it's been manageable. But I think my form was bad one day and my back hurt so bad. I mean, It hurt to stand up straight. My legs were shaking. My back hurt so freaking bad. I thought something was wrong. And then you couple the gym, that injury, with the gardening and the bending over and on my knees. And so yeah, I just have not been physically feeling the best this week, but I did take one day off work. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't even work from home. I was just in so much pain. I was like, I need a day. I need a day to reset. I can't do it no more. And I took a day off and I just felt so refreshed and I relaxed. I found some 600 milligram ibuprofen from a surgery that I'd had. Amazing. That stuff, man, I'm telling you, that was probably the best thing, the best thing I could do for myself. But I took a day off, I relaxed, and I just let myself heal up and rest, and I felt better. I felt much better, and I was fine to go back the next day like nothing happened. While I was cleaning, I was listening to a new to me podcast called Freeway Phantom, and that's the moniker given to the serial killer who operated in the Washington, D.C. area in the 70s, and he killed 6 young Black girls. And there's a 7th victim that may or may not have been a victim of his, but she was murdered, unfortunately, and it is unsolved. There's one suspect, and you can read about it on Wikipedia, but it is technically unsolved, and I think it can definitely be solved. It's one of the few notorious true crime cases that I think with just 1 or 2 people speaking up can be solved. And it's a really good podcast. So if you're into true crime, it's really good. And it surprises me that people don't know about it. But the victims were just like regular Black girls. So I get it, honestly. And then a funnier kind of true crime podcast I've been listening to is called Radio Rental. That one's more kooky. And the true crime stories are sometimes ghost stories and paranormal and stuff. So the truth of it is debatable, but just a really kooky, interesting podcast that I've also been enjoying. To mop the floor, I'm using my Fabuloso watermelon. So good. I used a little more this time and amazing. The scent lingered a bit longer. It just smelled so fruity and fresh and really, really good. I went to Family Dollar and they were out of this scent, which surprised me, but they had all the other scents. And another really good Fabuloso is the apple one. That one smells excellent as well, but they do have this on Amazon for the regular price. It's not jacked up in price. Last time I looked it wasn't, and it hasn't been for the past couple weeks, but highly recommend you get you some Fabuloso to clean your floors with. Now that we're all done mopping, I got my little unsteady after shot for you guys. And then we're going to move into the final room, which is the front room of the house. And this room was not bad at all, but I figured while I was cleaning, I'd just go ahead and get it taken care of. And here I got an order of wax in from a vendor, L3. L3waxywonders.com. So if you like home fragrance, she sells like scented wax products, and I was just taking a picture of all my new wax melts for Instagram, and then I'm just gonna put everything upstairs where it needs to go. Here I am swapping my weekend purse. I have the Marc Jacobs, the totes. These are the small size totes. I love these things. They're not too badly priced. They're under $500, and you know Marc Jacobs is like, I would say, a mid-range brand, so like luxury but mid-range luxury. So I switched from carrying that Marc Jacobs tote to that new tiger bag that I got from Target. And during the week, I carry my big old tote, so I don't get to carry a cute handbag because I need to carry my laptop around. So on the weekends, I like to switch out my purses. So as I'm putting away my candles here, I just want to chat a little bit about changing priorities and hobbies. So home fragrance has been a great outlet for me, and it's been a way for me to share on Instagram, make connections and friends, and just kind of get my creative juices going, and really has the ability to change my mood when I'm using home fragrance in my house. But lately I just haven't been as into it as I once was, and I've been thinking about like slowly downsizing my collection and getting rid of it. But then I think to myself, you know, I've always come back to this for years and years and years, and what if I come back to my hobby and then I just want to repurchase everything? So I've been trying to figure out kind of how to navigate just changing priorities and changing interests, and if I should just kind of go with it but not make any hasty decisions, or just kind of clear the space so that I can let my mind focus on whatever comes next. So I've been really thinking about just getting rid of a lot of my stuff, and it still brings me joy. I don't dislike anything. I don't regret having it. I'm just not using it, and I, for the short term at least, don't really feel excited to use it anymore, if that makes any sense. But I don't know, maybe it's just a seasonal thing, because I'm sure as the weather cools down and I'm hunkered in the house trying to stay warm, I'll definitely want some candles burning. But lately I've really had to just make myself use them. And once I'm done vacuuming, we are all good to go. Another week down. I hope you enjoyed this video. I loved having you here with me, and I hope you'll come back soon.